There is an interesting version of you that money cannot disturb, a version of you that does not flinch when the market drops or on colleagues' promotion. That version of you is not a pure fantasy. It is not reserved for big billionaires or people born into money. It is now available to you right now in easy words. But if you want to accomplish it then, you must unlearn almost everything, which the modern world distract you about wealth. Here is what is happening across the modern countries right now. Financial anxiety is at a decade high. it.What reports 61% of US adults identify money as their primary life stressor. Comparison culture has accelerated to a level Seneca could not have imagined. Instagram and LinkedIn have made wealth visibility a 24-hour competition. AI is destabilizing career security at the same time, and the generation entering peak earning years has the highest reported financial anxiety of any generation in 50 years. The conditions for wealth disturbance are at an all-time high, which means the people who install Seneca's 5 laws right now are about to differentiate themselves from everyone around them in ways that compound for the next 2 decades. Here is the brutal truth. Most of what you were taught about getting rich is the very thing keeping you broke. You were taught to hustle harder, chase opportunities, compare yourself to peers, announce your wins, explain your decisions, and because of that, you have spent years pouring your most valuable resources into the very behaviors that drain wealth instead of building it. Now you will understand your own answers through the 5 hidden laws revealed by the philosopher Seneca. Every time you compared yourself to a peer, you handed over your peace of mind. Every time you explained a purchase, you signaled weakness in your financial identity. Trust me, that clearly ends after this video. Seneca's 5 hidden laws of wealth sovereignty, babe. What I am about to discuss with you through are 5 psychological laws of wealth from Lucius Annaeus Seneca, a man who is an expert and lived 2,000 years ago and accumulated a wealth of more than $300 million in modern money. He is one of the wealthiest person in the entire Roman Empire. His life-changing ideas are clear, practical, and timeless. Easy logics you can apply in everyday life in this modern world. And here is the transformation you walk away with by the end of this video. You will know, within 24 hours of finishing, which one of the 5 laws is the breakthrough law for you specifically. You will know the exact behavior to stop. You will leave with 5 specific moves you can begin right now. The decisions you make about money come from a calm center instead of from threat or hunger. Here is what I am about to give you in this video, and why you need to stay till the end. Each one a counterintuitive psychological move, each one tested across 2,000 years of human wealth behavior. The laws will prove you to hold and build wealth without burning out or alienating yourself from the people you love. And last laws, which are the most powerful, are about who you become at the level where money no longer disturbs your inner state. Law 1. Time is the only true wealth you will ever own. The first law. Most people think money is wealth. Seneca knew the truth. Money can be replaced. Time cannot. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca, on the shortness of life. Seneca wrote those words in a letter to his friend Paulinus. Paulinus was a wealthy Roman administrator. Seneca was warning him about the one trap. He had watched destroy almost every wealthy man he knew. They had been so busy accumulating money. They had forgotten money's only real purpose, which is to buy back the time you have been trading for it. Imagine, a man, 47, senior partner at a law firm in New York. He has accumulated $4.2 million in net worth. His clients pay him approximately $1,400 an hour. He works 70 hours a week. He has not seen his daughter perform in a school play in 3 years because he was always working. He has not had a meal alone with his wife, without phones, in 7 months. He has accumulated more money than 99% of Americans will ever see, and he has lost something he can never buy back. He is, by every measurable financial metric, wealthy, and he is, by every measurable life metric, bankrupt of the only currency that actually matters. Here is the powerful law most people never learn. You can spend the second half of your life trying to buy back the time you wasted in the first half. You cannot do it. There is no purchase that returns 5 p.m. on a Tuesday in 2019. There is no investment that brings back a child's 8th birthday. The wealthy people who actually feel wealthy understand this. They price every hour at what their soul is worth, not what the market is paying. And they refuse to trade hours of their irreplaceable life for marginal increases in money they will never spend. The practical move is simple, and almost nobody does it. Calculate your real hourly worth, not by your salary, but by what you would charge to give up an hour of your life forever. Then notice, every time you say yes to something, you are paying that real number out of your remaining life. And the question becomes, is this thing worth that much of my life? Most things are not. Learning to say no at the level of your real hourly worth is the entry point to wealth sovereignty. Type time. If reading this just made you reconsider one specific thing on your calendar this week. That was Law 1. Time is the only true wealth. Hold the man at the law firm in New York, $4.2 million and 7 months without a real meal with his wife. Now we go to Law 2. And Law 2 is going to make you reconsider every single conversation you have ever had about money in your life. Law 2. Silence about money is a form of power nobody ever teaches you. Second law. Modern world teaches you to celebrate your wins, post the bonus, mention the promotion, hint at the side income, casually drop the new car. We are told this is confidence. Seneca knew it was the fastest way to lose what you had just gained. If you wish to be loved, love. If you wish to keep what you have built, do not announce it. Seneca, Letters from a Stoic, ago. Here is the psychology underneath this law. The moment you announce a financial win, 3 things happen. First, you trigger latent jealousy in people you considered allies. You cannot see it. Second, you mark yourself as someone who needs external validation. For what should be a quiet internal achievement, the wealthiest people you sense it. They never have to say it. Third, and this is the most expensive one, you become a target. For unwanted requests, for hidden contempt, for family members suddenly remembering you exist, for old friends asking favors that did not exist before they heard the news. Picture a woman, 42. She just exited her startup for $8 million. The deal closes on a Tuesday. She tells 3 people that week, her spouse, her best friend, her sister. By Friday, 12 people know. By Sunday, her LinkedIn has a quiet flood of new connection requests from people she has not heard from in 6 years. By the following Friday, she has received 4 investment pitches from acquaintances. 2 requests for loans framed as short-term opportunities. 1 uncomfortable family conversation about helping a brother pay off debt. A college roommate who has not contacted her in 11 years suddenly wants to grab coffee. Her life, 3 weeks after her exit, has fundamentally changed, not because of the money, because of the announcement of the money. The wealthy people she knew told her one thing afterwards. Seneca understood something modern wealth culture has forgotten. Wealth is most powerful when it is invisible. The moment it becomes visible, it stops being wealth. It becomes a target. It becomes a debt to other people's perception of you. It becomes a constraint on every relationship you had before the announcement. Type silent if you can already think of one specific announcement you wish you had not made. How do you like the first 2 laws? Please comment. Now we move to the next laws, about how you build wealth and protect what you build from invisible drains. Stay with me. 5th law is going to make you rethink every conversation you have ever had defending a purchase, an investment, or a financial choice. Law 3. Never explain your financial decisions to anyone. 3rd law. Here is what almost nobody understands. The moment you explain a financial decision to someone, you have given them 3 things they did not deserve. First, you have given them an opinion to weigh in on, an opinion they did not earn, an opinion you did not need. Second, you have signaled that their judgment matters to your decision, which means it now does, even if it did not before. Third, you have revealed your reasoning, which they will file away and use to challenge the next decision you make that contradicts the reasoning you just shared. Speak only what is necessary, and only when it is necessary. Seneca. Picture a man, 35. He just bought a small apartment building in the suburbs, $280,000 or pounds. He plans to rent it out. At his next family dinner, his uncle asks about the investment. He starts explaining the cap rate, the location strategy, the 5-year appreciation projection, the cash flow math. He talks for 20 minutes. The uncle nods. By the end of dinner, 3 other family members have offered opinions. 2 told him he overpaid. 1 questioned whether real estate is the right asset class right now. He left the dinner second-guessing every assumption that had felt confident the day before. None of those people had any data the man did not have. None of them had real estate experience. And the explanation cost him 3 months of doubt, 2 arguments with his wife, and 1 sleepless night when he almost backed out of a perfectly sound investment. Seneca knew this, and the wealthiest people you know practice it instinctively. They do not explain their purchases. They do not justify their investments. They do not defend their financial choices. Not because they are arrogant, because they understand that explanation transfers ownership of the decision to whoever is listening, and ownership of your financial decisions belongs to exactly one person: you. The practical move is uncomfortable, but liberating. The next time someone asks you to justify a financial decision, respond with 1 sentence. I thought about it carefully and I'm comfortable with it. Then change the subject, not defensively, not aggressively, just calmly. You will feel the urge to add reasoning. Resist it. Type "no explain" if you can already feel how powerful that sentence would be at your next family dinner. Here is the confession moment. You have been carrying a quiet financial shame for years. Not about how much money you have. About something deeper. You have a private suspicion that you have been doing wealth wrong. That everyone around you knows something you do not. That there is a system or a secret that other people accessed and you missed. You have spent thousands of hours consuming financial advice, trying to find the missing piece, and every time you implement the latest advice, the missing feeling stays. You have not told anyone this, because admitting you feel financially behind, when you may already be ahead of most people, sounds ungrateful. But you are not ungrateful. You have been not following the 5 laws Seneca named 2,000 years ago. The gap you feel is real. Seneca was not anti-money. He was one of the wealthiest men in the Roman Empire. He understood, more clearly than anyone of his time, that money is genuinely useful. The question was not whether to have money. The question was whether the money would have you. The 5 laws are not telling you to want less of money. They are teaching you to want money on your terms, not on the terms imported from other people's lives. Law 4. Cut the 3 types of people, quietly costing you wealth. 4th law. Seneca wrote often about the cost of bad company. He understood something modern psychology has measured precisely. You become the financial average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Not because they directly take your money, because they shape, invisibly, what you consider normal. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. Seneca, Letters from a Stoic and Pi. There are 3 specific types of people who are quietly costing you wealth right now. You may not have named them yet. By the end of this section, you will know exactly who they are in your life. Type 1. The spending normalizers. These are people whose lifestyle quietly raises your baseline. You take a trip with them, and the hotel is twice what you would book alone. You have not chosen any of this. The normalization happens through proximity. Their wants become your wants, and your wealth quietly. Type 2. The wealth comparers. These are people who turn every conversation into status math. What does this person earn? How big is their house? What does their car say? You walk away from time with them, and your brain is already running comparisons. You would not have been running otherwise. The wealth comparer trains you to evaluate your own life through metrics that do not actually matter to you. Type 3. The financial doom amplifiers. These are people who spread financial anxiety like a virus. Every conversation is about market crashes, inflation, economic collapse, recession. After time with them, you make smaller decisions for weeks. You decline opportunities. You hoard cash. You postpone investments. You delay the moves you knew were right. Not because the world has changed, because their nervous systems infected yours. Seneca was not advocating cruelty. He was naming a documented mechanism. You cannot maintain financial sovereignty inside a social environment that contradicts it. The law is not cut everyone. The law is audit your inner circle honestly. If any of the 3 types are present, your wealth is leaking, and the leak will continue regardless of how much money you make. Type audit if your inner circle just rearranged itself in your head as you read this. Law 5. Build a wealth identity that cannot be disturbed by external events. Fifth law and powerful law. Most people's financial identity is fragile. The market goes up, they feel wealthy. The market goes down, they feel poor. A colleague gets a promotion, they feel behind. Their internal financial state is determined entirely by external events, which means anyone and any market has the power to disturb them. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. He has not less than he wants, but he wants more than he has. Seneca and it.What. Seneca was teaching what modern psychology now calls emotional sovereignty applied to wealth, the construction of an internal financial identity that does not move when external events move, not through suppression, not through denial, through a deliberate architecture built on 3 foundations. Foundation 1. Your wealth is measured against your own past, never against another person's present. The only meaningful comparison is between who you were a year ago and who you are now. Comparing yourself to anyone else's life is comparing your inside to someone else's outside. This is the first thing that has to be installed. Foundation 2. You decide in advance what level of wealth is enough. Not in some vague, aspirational way. Specifically, with a number, with a definition. Most people never do this, which is why their wealth target moves every time they get closer. The target moving forever is the trap. Foundation 3. Your daily inner state is protected from market noise. You do not let CNBC dictate your Sunday mood. Your wealth does its thing in the background of your life, not in the foreground. 5 laws, all interconnected, all pointing toward the same destination. Guard your time as the only true wealth you own. Never explain your financial decisions. Explanation transfers ownership. Examine the imagined catastrophes running in your head. Most are not real. Audit the 3 types of people quietly costing you wealth, and build the internal architecture that nothing external can disturb. Which one of the 5 laws did you read? And feel a small voice inside you say, that one. That one is the breakthrough law for me. Type 1 word in the comments. Time, silent, want, no explain, imagined, audit, or sovereign.